Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the evening. Ladies and gentlemen, today the key word here is influencer. You see the word appearing everywhere. Recently, I've been asked to do a training for retired people, 500 of them together with my friend. And they asked, have you been an influencer? So I have been gathering all my thoughts. Have I been an influencer? In a small way, in Toastmasters, twice a month, I provide workshops. I'm influencing. I've been in the World Championships, international influencer. But the real influencer is you have a good network of people. I do not have that much of a network, but I have a lot of people whom I have known over the years, and I can always gather them together. But I don't use them. But you just remember this, whenever they say influencer, are you an influencer? The basics is Toastmasters. Whether you can deliver, whether you can influence people through your speech. So Toastmasters is the best training for you to influence an audience. So whatever content you have, whatever profession you are, you should be able to influence. Just by joining Toastmasters, you already have 20 friends in a club. And you can also go to other clubs, join other people, and again, you can be an influencer. Just now, Rashte also introduced one person to do train the trainer. So I don't know who she is. If introduced by Rashte, must be a nice person from TMI. I said, okay, I'm going to do for 2 hours, train the trainer. Where do I get this skill? Of course, the manual is there for Toastmasters. One very important point I have to repeat again and again when it comes to Toastmasters. When you're an executive, you are assessed by the way you talk or way you perform. When you become a manager, you are assessed by the way you develop people. Very important point. So how do you develop people? You provide them training. Even if you sit on a table and you call your colleague and then you teach him over the table, that is also training. So remember, one point of time, especially graduates who come into the banking industry, I used to train them. I used to tell them, one day you're going to be a manager. And most people have problems being a manager because they don't know how to develop people. Suddenly they become managers. And then if you don't develop people, they will ask you, since you haven't developed anyone, how am I going to promote you to a higher position? So remember, ladies and gentlemen, the title of today's topic is Stand and Deliver. You cannot sit and deliver. Very soon, Toastmasters is part of it is going to become hybrid meetings where they're going to have standard physical meeting plus also virtual. But one day it will be like the good old days where you will have to stand. Why must you stand and deliver? Because words are only 7%. Your tone of your voice is 38%. And the balance 50% is your body language. If I say I'm happy to be in Toastmasters, they look at my body. If I say this, I'm happy to be in Toastmasters, they will not believe my words because my body doesn't talk. So ladies and gentlemen, the body language, your eyes, your voice, all make to influence the audience. So there are many other techniques which we have in Toastmasters where we can influence the audience. And one of the most common one, people like to learn, but they don't like to be taught, especially adult learners. Adult learners, they got big ego. They like to learn. And how do you make them learn? You find a gap. If I can take any Toastmasters, if I see a gap in their voice, I say you need voice training. If I see a gap in their body language, I will say you have to improve on your body language. And if your content is weak, if you don't do a gap analysis and then you try to teach the people, they will say, I already know this. What's the point of training me? So again, stand and deliver, time to get up, buy a proper equipment if you're going to be a trainer, because you are developing people. So those of you who are going to become trainers, just remember that when you train people, you are developing them. So start off by doing free of charge. Toastmasters is one place where you can do free of charge. And then in public also you can do free of charge. Once you get the hang of it, then you can charge as an extra income. Because you are a content expert. People need to learn something from you. And if you can find out that we have got some gaps, teach us your content. So Joshua, you're studying civil engineering. Okay, so one day you're going to teach me how to build a building, or tell me why a building collapsed. So we need to learn from you. So you are going to teach us. So again, I'm only doing a very simple session today. Stand and deliver. Why? Because words are only 7%, tone is 38%, 52% is your body language. So you should be able to stand afar and express your body language. Don't do just two hands. Once in a while go the front hand, and then think of this, another hand, and then do not point to the audience, do like this. So your body language is the one that is the most powerful to express. If you're sitting down, it shows that you don't have any energy at all. You have to stand up to show that you've got passion for the subject you are talking about. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to stop here today, just telling you the very simple points on the importance of standing and deliver, because the world is asking every one of you to be an influencer. The next time you go for a meeting, are you an influencer? Straight away, they're asking me, at this time, they're asking me, have you been an influencer? Show me proof that you have been an influencer. If I won the world championship, I have to dig up the photos. And more than 7 years, I've destroyed all my records. Now I can't get some of the records. I've done so many training programs. I have to dig up. So now itself, whatever training you do, keep a record. So I'm going to train another 35 people on how to be a trainer. And that makes me very current. I am an influencer in that place. So I am proud I've been given a chance in Toastmasters, especially Speaker's Dream, to talk about influencing our club members within 15 to 20 minutes every time we meet. So I get to expand myself, and the next session which I'm going to carry on is how to manage your boss. In fact, how to communicate with the boss. Most of them fight with the boss, not understanding why a boss is such a person. So Toastmasters is a wonderful place where you can communicate with the whole world. So the key word here is everybody is asking you to be an influencer. Toastmasters is the basic lessons you can learn to be an influencer. So go to the internet. They say how to be an influencer in Instagram, how to be an influencer in Facebook. They tell you all the steps. So get a hold of it, use your Toastmasters experience and influence, because again, if you don't influence, you don't develop people, you cannot go higher in your position in life. Over to you, Toastmaster of the evening.